Out in full force after what happened last year with the football program. They believe that bigger things are in store in 2023. Charlie Ham kicks it off. Shipley will let it go into the end zone for a touchback. First regular season start for Cade Klubnik. Now, he played in a ton of games last year, 10, and played significant minutes late. Came off the bench in the ACC championship game, ended up winning MVP as Clemson throttled North Carolina, then started in the bowl game against Tennessee and struggled in that game through a couple of picks. Did have a rushing touchdown in the Orange Bowl. Highly touted, true sophomore, Westlake High School in Austin, Texas.
Accurate, athletic, and throws a great deep ball. And as we met with him earlier this week, you can tell he is confident and ready for this stage.
And here's Will Shipley getting the call to start the game, and he's hog-tied at the 30-yard line by Dwayne Carter, the leader of the Duke defense. Still a gain of about 4 for Shipley, who won first-team All-ACC as a running back, as a return man, and also as an all-purpose player. First ever in conference history to do that.
A real key tonight, that Duke front seven against a veteran Clemson offensive line with Shipley and Maffa in the backfield. Expect this Clemson offense to run the ball a lot tonight.
Here's Shipley, big hole between the tackles, gets the first down. He rushed for almost 1,200 yards last year, was second in the league with 15 touchdowns. Clemson with up-tempo offense here. And this time, Duke is better at the point of attack. Down goes Shipley. Vincent Anthony Jr. put on about 20 pounds of weight in the offseason. A lot of Duke players did that. Got bigger and stronger in the offseason to be able to handle the wear and tear of playing in this league.
I really like Vincent Anthony's length. And as you mentioned, he put on some size, some strength, really worked this offseason. They tried to pull backside guard tackle. He was in the hip pocket for a nice tackle for loss.
Play action. Klubnik going to dump it off to Shipley. Very good out of the backfield. He gets drilled after a short gain. Dorian Mausi with the hit, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 9.
And I love the effort to the football. Great job, guys, sprinting to the ball. It was Mausi and company getting to the football. Trey Freeman getting there as well. Big 3rd down opportunity for Tyler Santucci, new defensive coordinator, his defense. Showing some pressure at the line of scrimmage. He wants to change the look. He struggled on 3rd down a season ago.
They have a new left tackle at Clemson. Klubnik with time to throw. Goes deep. It's picked off at the 45-yard line, and the ball came out at the last second, and it's incomplete. Jeremiah Lewis unable to come up with the interception, but Duke does force a punt.
Cade Klubnik almost gives Duke a gift. Excellent job by Jeremiah Lewis reading the eyes of the quarterback, but that ball just gets away from Cade Klubnik, nowhere near his intended target, the big tight end, Jake Brenningstool.
Yeah. Sorry, Dusty, I don't think he saw him.
Jalen Calhoun is deep. Calhoun waits, fields it on the 12. Outside the numbers now. The 30, turns it upfield and shoved out of bounds. Excellent return by Jalen Calhoun of 23 yards after a 47-yard punt. So good starting field position for Duke quarterback Riley Leonard. Lightly recruited while he was in high school in the state of Alabama. In fact, was a great basketball player, had several offers to play major college basketball. A late bloomer as a football player, in particular as a quarterback. He committed to Duke without ever visiting campus here in Durham, but last year he was one of 2 quarterbacks, or he's one of 2 returning quarterbacks this year to have 20 passing touchdowns and 13 rushing touchdowns. Bo Nix, the other. So 1st down from the 39. And some movement on the right side by Jake Hornibrook, a Stanford transfer.
False start. Offense, number 73. 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
Got to be smart. Can't shoot yourself in the foot. Tough penalty after such a good start with the defensive stop. Big return on special teams. This team was really good sound, not beating themselves a season ago, whether it's penalties, turnovers. Very disciplined football team for Mike Elko.
Number 2 in the country in turnover margin a year ago. 1st and 15 after the penalty. Leonard, terrific athlete, going to take a shot, and he overthrows the intended target, Jordan Moore. That's something that Riley Leonard told us when we met with him he really worked on, improving his arm strength, and they take a shot on the opening play from scrimmage.
Yeah, you know, his intermediate passing, throws with great anticipation, accuracy, really trying to work, pushing the football more down the field. They want to take some shots here tonight. Wasted no time here on the first offensive snap.
Another pass play on 2nd down and long. From the pocket, dumps it off to his tight end. Dalmolin stiff arming, and out near midfield, he gets the first down. Gain of 16 for Nicky Dalmolin, who had 21 catches a year ago.
Excellent job after the catch by Dalmolin, outrunning Jeremiah Trotter Jr. and picking up a nice first down.
Duke with tempo, empty set for Leonard. Takes off. Makes the first man miss and dives to the 42-yard line. Leonard was Duke's leading rusher last year, just under 700 yards on the ground.
I mean, he is deceptively fast, and he's got some wiggle, can make you miss, as we saw on first down.
They go empty again. Leonard going to throw this time, and it's caught inside the 30 by Higgins. And down to the 25-yard line for a gain of 18. The ball came out at the end, though. Let's see if Clemson recovered it. Yes, they did. It's Tigers football. Makuba is there for Clemson to come up with a fumble.
Rolling on the field is a fumble recovered by Clemson.
You see Jalen Calhoun, their number 5 in blue, pointing to the ground, saying that he thought Samir Higgins was down. Let's take a look. How can you tell from that angle?
Yeah, it's going to be close. Good look here.
All right, we'll step away. Hard to tell whether the ball came out before he was down. So we are in a review, and it certainly looks from this angle after the hit by R.J. Mickens that Samir Higgins still possesses the ball until he hits the ground. Ruling in the field was a fumble, which would be just the 5th lost fumble for Duke in the last 2 years.
And that was such a key to the success we saw a season ago. We already mentioned plus 16 turnover margin, number 2 in college football. Talking with Mike Elko, they don't just talk about it. They are graded on ball security throughout practice. Even if they don't fumble, if they come close, it's a real point of emphasis, not just creating turnovers, but taking care of the football. I think that Duke's going to retain possession here. It sure seems like he was fully down, had possession, and then the ball comes out.
Here's the new ACC Command Center. They have a collaborative replay. Al Riveron, the brand new ACC supervisor of officials, still works with the NFL. And think about the momentum shift if they do overturn this and give it back to Duke, because the Blue Devils have moved down the field 4 plays, about 35 yards.
After the further review, the runner was down prior to the ball coming out. Duke's ball at the 24-yard line, first down.
So a fresh set of downs for the Blue Devils from the Clemson 24. Samir Higgins last year at 5 touchdown catches. They have some underrated receivers for Riley Leonard to work with. Jalen Calhoun, Higgins, Jordan Moore, former quarterback. They have some young talent that Mike Elko recruited here. They're looking to put on display tonight. Leonard going to hand it off to Waters, dragged down by Barrett Carter, preseason All-America linebacker, junior from the state of Georgia, who was outstanding last year for Clemson.
He is elite, and he can do everything, whether it's pass coverage, as a blitzer. You see him in the run game. just has a nose for the football. Agent Zero always around the ball carrier of the opposing offense.
So just a 1-yard gain. Leonard from the pocket throws complete to Moore inside the 10 and dragged down at the 4-yard line by Jalen Phillips. Gain of 19. It'll be first and goal for Duke.
Well, it's another great find by Riley Leonard. Ball's coming out quick by design from Kevin Johns. How do you slow down this front for Clemson? Get the ball out quick. Missed tackle in the open field from Sheridan Jones. And excellent after the catch by Jordan Moore, who Kevin Johns told us the most improved of these wide receivers. He's not just an athlete playing receiver. He's truly a wide receiver.
Riley Leonard beat him out for the quarterback job last year. He moved to wideout. First and goal from inside the 5. Waters trying to cut it back, runs into a wall of Clemson defenders led by Rook Orororo, 5th-year player, has a bright future in football at the next level.
He's got some long arms, heavy hands, quality pass rusher, and a nice job getting off the initial block and making a play for a little gain.
Guy next to him, he's a player too. That is a stout double tackle front there for Clemson.
No doubt, Tom. Tyler Davis, Rook Orororo, quality interior presence for the Tigers.
Big play of this drive. Leonard to the end zone, and he overthrows his receiver, Jalen Calhoun. Usually Leonard very accurate on those short and intermediate throws. He just missed that time. 3rd and goal.
And a little double move there. Calhoun out of step, but the ball sails for Riley Leonard. A big 3rd down spot. Get inside the red area. Kevin Johns told us they can't be settling for field goals. Big down coming up here early in this ball game. Checking at the line.
Clemson bringing pressure. Leonard fires end zone to the corner, and it's incomplete. Calhoun, the intended receiver. Andrew Makuba was in coverage, and Duke will send on the field goal team. So that is a 9-play drive that took a lot of time off the clock, but will result in, at best, 3 points.
Great stop there for that Clemson defense. Wes Goodwin, 2nd-year defensive coordinator, dials up pressure man-to-man in the end zone. Excellent coverage there by Andrew Makuba. Nowhere for Riley Leonard to go with the ball.
Todd Polino on for a 22-yard field goal try. And the Blue Devils are on the board first. So an overturn via replay gives Duke the ball back. The Devils, though, end up having to settle for 3 after a great drive.
The Capital One Labor Day kickoff on ESPN is brought to you by Capital One. What's in your wallet? And Dick's Sporting Goods. Dick's believes sports have the power to change lives.
ACC greats like Greg Olson and Luke Kuechly on hand for the flag-raising ceremony at the conference's new office headquarters in Charlotte. Dave Pasch, Dusty Dvorak, Tom Luginbill in Durham, where Duke has a 3-0 lead. The Blue Devils did not lose a game last year when they scored first.
Mike Elko undefeated as a head coach when scoring first, 7-0 last season. Early lead here in the opener against the Tigers.
Charlie Ham kicking it deep. Shipley will return this one from his 5-yard line. And past the 25 to the 27. Second series for the Clemson offense. Meanwhile, with week 1 coming to a close tonight, we turned it around quickly. And a great week 2 Saturday night game on ESPN with 4th-ranked Alabama taking on number 11 Texas. It starts at 7 Eastern on ESPN and the app, while Pat McAfee and his crew highlight our ESPN2 telecast.
We cannot wait for that matchup. Last year in Austin, it was fantastic. Bryce Young with a late drive to win it. Alabama looked good week 1. Some struggles a little bit, slow out of the gate for Texas. It's going to be a marquee matchup in Tuscaloosa on Saturday.
Klubnik with a high throw on first down. He was trying to set up a wide receiver screen to Cole Turner, a freshman who had 8 catches last year, but Klubnik overshoots him. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
Tom, that's the second time now we've seen Cade Klubnik miss high. Looks a little erratic here early.
Yeah, he is. He just got to settle in a little bit. I like how they started off running the football. Maybe get back to that a little bit, but got to get the ball down, get his feet underneath him.
On second down, Klubnik, receiver wide open. Williams first down, and then he ran backwards, and that cost him the first down. So a gain of 9. Big hit by Chandler Rivers. Clemson getting right to the line here for 3rd and short.
Boy, Antonio Williams wide open over the middle field. Good find, easy pitch and catch for Cade Klubnik.
Gonna run Shipley here, and he gets the first down out to the 39.
Nice job there on the inside. Leader up front. All ACC a year ago. The center, Will Putnam, behind big 64. Walker Parks. They really feel this offensive line could be a strength of this offense this season. You tell Dabo Sweeney excited to see how this group is going to perform here tonight.
And they got 2 really good backs, Shipley and Phil Maffa. They're in the game together right now on first down.
We're going to see a lot of this 2-back all throughout the season for Garrett Riley.
Maffa rushed for over 500 yards last year. Here's Shipley. He's got the edge at the 45 and out of bounds. He did get the first down, and a gain of 11 for Will Shipley.
Love the vision and patience, the cut and the acceleration. Nice job by the left tackle, Tristan Lee, really securing that edge. And a nice pickup by Will Shipley for another first down.
Dusty, I love the backfield cross action. It really puts you in a conflict of assignment on defense with both of those backs. It's like Joe Mixon and Samaje Perine when Garrett's brother Lincoln was the offensive coordinator at your alma mater.
You know, it's funny. Garrett Riley said it reminds him of that exact same thing.
Play fake. Klubnik setting up and taking a deep shot into double coverage. Knocked away, incomplete. Miles Jones, transfer from Texas A&M. Bats it away from Cole Turner.
What an outstanding job by Miles Jones, and he's got great length at 6'4", the Texas A&M transfer, and a good job not getting the body on Cole Turner, staying off, getting that hand up, and an excellent pass breakup down the field.
This is Jones' 7th year of college football.
Collecting Social Security.
2nd and 10 though from midfield. Klubnik just 2 for 5 passing for 9 yards. And it's a design run here for Klubnik. Very good athlete like Riley Leonard. And it's close to a first down. Appears to have it at the 40-yard line. Klubnik had a couple of rushing touchdowns last year. Told us when we spoke with him, he's much more comfortable as a leader this year. Obviously was the backup for most of last year to DJ Uiagalelei as he rolls out here to throw. And fires complete inside the 30-yard line. Antonio Williams down to the 22.
Second level of Duke really fighting on the play action. His job moving the pocket, getting Cade Klubnik out, and once again, Antonio Williams wide open across the middle of the field.
Quick throw here to Williams. Good play defensively, Brandon Johnson. And it's a loss of about 3. Just to finish up on that Cade Klubnik story, he told us, I feel much more comfortable expressing myself vocally because I didn't want to step on DJ's toes. He and Uiagalelei, who's now at Oregon State, were very good friends. Cade told us that DJ was a great mentor to him, so he didn't want to step on his toes. He wanted to support Uiagalelei, but now it's his team, and he realizes that. And the coaching staff has spoken very openly about what a great leader Klubnik has been so far. See how he handles 2nd and 13 after the 3-yard setback. They're going to run Maffa, and he gets drilled. Big hit by Wesley Williams. Jeremiah Lewis from the secondary came in there as well, and it's 3rd and long.
Physical brand of football on that snap. Jeremiah Lewis, nice job setting the edge. And I love the hustle from the backside by Wesley Williams. 3rd and long here for Cade Klubnik. And Tyler Santucci is going to bring a little pressure, get that ball out fast. Showing pressure at the line of scrimmage.
Klubnik in trouble, gets rid of it, it's caught. And a good open field tackle on Maffa by Chandler Rivers. And so Clemson will have to send in the field goal team. It was that first down play defensively by Duke. Got Clemson off schedule there once they got inside the 30-yard line. And now they have to settle for 3.
Great stop by this Duke defense. They were not good on third down a season ago. 14th in the ACC. We talked to Tyler Santucci, first-year defensive coordinator. We asked him, what do you need to do? Biggest thing, change the picture pre-snap. They did that. They had a free runner. Ball comes out quick, and the defense off the field.
B.T. Potter is gone. True freshman Robert Gunn III with his first collegiate field goal attempt, and it's blocked. Duke special teams comes up big. Let's see if it was Jamion Franklin. Got a hand up, knocked it down. Welcome back to the Capital One Labor Day kickoff on ESPN. Duke leads number 9 Clemson 3-0. The Blue Devils just blocked a field goal attempt by the Tigers and now take over on their 24-yard line. Riley Leonard back to work. Off play action, moving to his right, and throws it in the dirt. Pressure from T.J. Parker, the Clemson defensive line. Well, Mike Elko, the Duke head coach, now in his second year, the reigning ACC Coach of the Year. The schedule is much tougher than it was last year for Duke, but somehow I don't think his players are going to be fazed by it.
What I love is Riley Leonard told us the first meeting they had, the first thing Mike Elko said is, we're going to win now. There was belief, buy-in, 9 wins, and we can tell this Duke team appears to be for real in 2023.
Leonard just 3 of 7 passing so far. In trouble on the move and has to hoist it out of bounds. Peter Woods. Trotter back there also for Clemson, so it brings up 3rd down and 10.
True freshman T.J. Parker, back-to-back plays. He's in the backfield creating disruption. It's Clemson defense in these first 2 snaps playing on the other side of the football. Les Goodwin loves to go man-to-man. A lot of exotic blitzes that they'll show. I expect he's going to try to heat up Riley Leonard here on 3rd and 10.
15th career start for Leonard. And again, mainly played hoops in high school. Very young when it comes to being a quarterback, and they're going to run it here on 3rd down and 10. But Jaquez Moore unable to break free. Brought down by R.J. Mickens, and Clemson forces a punt.
You saw at the line of scrimmage, Clemson was selling out. They were coming. It's a nice open field tackle by Mickens to get him on the ground, and a good 3 and out for this Clemson Tiger defense.
Different approach, Dusty, on that series. A lot more man, a lot more different looks as opposed to zone previously where they were getting picked apart.
Porter Wilson in his 5th year as the starting punter. Boots it away for Duke. Antonio Williams has to back up inside his 20 to get it. Williams dragged down at the 20-yard line. Jeremiah Lewis has been everywhere for the Blue Devils here in the first quarter. 54-yard punt, but nothing there on the return. Year 54 of Monday Night Football starts with a good one. The Buffalo Bills with great expectations. Aaron Rodgers and the Jets, maybe even bigger expectations just because he's there. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, ABC, ESPN, ESPN Deportes, ESPN Plus, and then, of course, Peyton and Eli on ESPN2 and ESPN Plus. And then we got Scott Van Pelt and the new-look Monday Night Countdown crew kicking things off at 6 Eastern.
Cannot wait for that matchup. SVP late night. Man, it's going to be an awesome way to kick off week 1 of the NFL slate.
Lubbock throwing a first down, ball deflected and incomplete. Almost caught by Cole Turner for Clemson and Jeremiah Lewis for Duke.
Nice job at the line of scrimmage, getting your hands up inside. That's big Dwayne Carter, the leader of this Duke front, and a near disaster avoided by Clemson.
His teammates call him Mr. Duke because he's so active in the communities. He makes the tackle there on Will Shipley. three-time captain. He's the leader of that Duke defense. Back-to-back plays made by big number 90 to force a 3rd and long. Short throw, Williams in traffic. Trying to keep the feet moving, but comes up short of the line to gain by about 3 yards. Ryan Smith on the takedown for Duke. And Clemson with a 3 and out.
Well, conservative play call there with a little wide receiver screen to the field, and it's excellent pursuit to the ball. Initial Duke tackler doesn't get there, but it's a host of Blue Devil defenders. Dwayne Carter in there on all 3 of those plays. What a great job by the senior defensive tackle, helping the defense come up with a 3 and out.
Aiden Swanson on to punt again. He had 13 punts last year that went 50 yards or longer. This is a short kick. And the fair catch made by Jalen Calhoun. Good starting field position again for Riley Leonard and company. Got to talk to Riley for about 20 minutes yesterday, and this is something that came up in the offseason we want a little clarification on. He has a wristband that reads, well, you can read it. But what's funny about this is his mom sends him a text before every game telling him those exact 2 words. And the reason that happens is Riley said, look, everybody's praising me. I've never had this kind of attention. I wasn't recruited by anybody. I was a basketball player. Now everybody's talking about me. I need somebody to keep my ego in check. Mom, text me and tell me that I suck.
That's what I do for you every game day. No different.
Jaquez Moore gets the call here. Picks up a couple yards. 2nd down and long.
And he was telling us, like, if you knew his mom, Heather, that you would never imagine. It's so out of her personality, which makes it so great. Boy, how impressive was Riley Leonard talking with him yesterday. He almost had an innocence about him. Remember, he didn't start playing quarterback till his junior year in high school. He's continuing to learn, and it just feels like the sky is potentially the limit.
It reminded us of when we talked with Drake May early last year, when the hype was just starting to begin for Drake May. Wasn't used to those kind of meetings, but both wonderful young men. Jalen Calhoun, and he's got a 1st down across the 45-yard line. Gain of 9 on the play.
I love the blocking out on the perimeter. How about the big guys getting out there? This is the center. Scott Elliott out there. It's also Jacob Monk helping pave a path for a 1st down.
Wide open out of the backfield is Moore inside the 30-yard line and knocked out of bounds. Jalen Phillips, after a 30-yard gain, finally gets him out of bounds. But where was all the Clemson defenders there after the catch?
Well, it's a bust in coverage. Completely forgot about Jaquez Moore, who of these running backs we'll see, whether it's Jordan Waters, Jaquez Moore, Peyton Jones, he's savvy, explosive, and great with the football in his hands, you saw on that big play.
And Dusty, really good job dealing with a free rushed Barrett Carter off the edge. You can neutralize him. Very good scheme up there by Kevin Johns, the offensive coordinator.
So 1st down for Duke on the Clemson 26. Leonard, design run, pinballs off the defender, and gains a couple yards. We talked about Leonard as a runner. No scholarship offers until his junior year of high school. Talked about his mom Heather, his dad Chad, excellent athlete. In fact, he's a golf pro back in Alabama where Riley grew up. Said when he got here, you know, Coach K at the time, Coach K was still the Duke coach. If he wants me, I'm happy to walk on. But I think at this point, Mike Elko would say, John Shire, he's mine. 2nd and 9. Waters. And he's dropped at the 22 after a 3-yard gain. Barrett Carter with the stop. 3rd down coming up.
Early in this ball game, it just feels like a big 3rd down. Here once again, 2nd time in this 1st quarter. Duke has put together quality drives. First one stalled with a field goal.
Look at the yardage, over 100 for Duke. 3rd down and 6. And Duke is not going to run another play here. So the Blue Devils with a 3-0 lead after one. Three-0 Duke after one. Moments ago, Lugs and Dabo.
Coach, some first game miscues in all three phases. How do you get your team to settle in?
Well, we got just that. We got to just hang in there, settle in. We obviously missed the field goal, but really just fundamental stuff. You know, we missed a couple of tackles, turn the back loose right there on the wheel route. So just some things that we can get corrected. But hey, got a long way to go. We just got to settle in and keep playing right now. We got to get a stop right here.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Okay.
All right, looks great defensive play that time by Sheridan Jones on the wide receiver screen to Jordan Moore. It's a loss of 3, and so Duke will have to settle for another field goal try.
Well, it's an excellent job by Sheridan Jones, knowing exactly what he's seeing, putting his foot in the ground, driving on that football, and getting a huge tackle for loss to force the field goal attempt. Excellent job a second time, negating a good Duke drive by getting off the field on third down.
Todd Polino, good from 22 yards earlier. This is a 42-yard attempt. Looking to extend the lead. And it's perfect. 6-0 Duke. This season, for every field goal and extra point made by participating universities, Allstate will make a contribution to the university's General Scholarship Fund. Thank you, Allstate. Dave Pasch, Dusty Dvorak, Tom Luganville on a very humid, muggy night in Durham. Temperature was in the low 90s earlier today. About a 4-hour drive for the Clemson fans. Pretty good turnout for the road team, but you can tell there's a little Blue Devil football fever in Durham. These two teams have barely played one another recently. It's first meeting since 2018, the first time that Clemson has visited Duke since 2012. The last time Duke beat Clemson was back in 2004. So far, Cade Klubnik just 6 of 10 passing for 28 yards. Riley Leonard 6 of 11 for 88 yards. So a lot more throws down the field for Leonard compared with what Clemson has been doing. A little surprised at what you've seen offensively from Garrett Riley so far and what he's trying to accomplish.
You know, I am. And Cade Klubnik, I mean, he's just been off a little bit. He's found Antonio Williams a couple of times when he's been open. I think you got to give a lot of credit to this Duke defense as well. They've been pretty stout at the point, done a nice job getting off the field on third down. That's been the key for me here so far. A combination of Cade Klubnik just being off a little bit and this Duke defense doing a good job on third down, something that was so problematic for them a season ago.
Riley won the Broyles Award while he was the offensive coordinator at TCU last year. Shipley bouncing off defenders. He is a hard guy to get to the ground. A lot of comparisons to Christian McCaffrey, Jalen Stinson rather, eventually on the tackle. But Garrett Riley replaced Brandon Streeter. Dabo Sweeney said it was a really tough move. Streeter had been with the program for a long time, former player. But when Riley was available, he said this is something we needed to do for our program to try to take that next step. We're going to get back in the college football playoff discussion. 2 years at SMU prior to going to TCU and helping them reach the national title game last year. Shipley gets the first down.
A nice way to get this offense going. Give it to number 1. And you can wear him down because you've got 7. Phil Maffa, a true two-headed monster at running back. And the success has been there for Garrett Riley. Whether it was SMU with Sonny Dykes, then he transitions over to TCU. And really a quarterback-friendly offense. Did such a good job with Max Duggan. And that's what they're hoping they see here from Cade Klubnik this year.
Klubnik throws to the sideline, complete to Brandon Spector. A short gain for Spector. Well, you look at what Garrett Riley did at SMU for 2 years, and then last year at TCU, all 3 seasons they were in the top 15 nationally in points per game.
And explosive plays. That's what this offense will generate and create, is explosive plays and good, easy, clean looks for the quarterback.
So no gain on that last pass play. And now Klubnik with time Everybody covered. Klubnik in trouble. Escapes the pocket. Flips it deep downfield. And it's incomplete. Antonio Williams thought he was interfered with. No flag, though. Jalen Stinson came over from a safety spot to break it up.
What's a nice job by Klubnik, avoiding the rush, getting outside, eyes down the field. Hell of a job by Jalen Stinson. Reads that from a long way and gets there just in time to prevent a big pass down the field.
This Duke team's got some playmakers, Dusty, and they can run on defense.
They got 8 starters back, a team that allowed 22 points per game last year after giving up 40 points per game the year before. 3rd and 10. Klubnik to throw. Only a 4-man rush. Klubnik with a long pass, and it's dropped. Cole Turner could not bring it in. Would have been close to a first down. Instead, the Tigers will punt again.
The receiver's got to help out the quarterback on this one. I thought it was really good poise here by Cade Klubnik. He doesn't rush, he doesn't pressure. Nice job moving his feet, locating the open man. You got to make that catch if you're Cole Turner. He's had a great camp. Garrett Riley really praised him, thought he could really emerge. And his first opportunity, he puts it on the turf. Missed opportunity on a big 3rd down by 22, Cole Turner.
Still just 28 passing yards for Clemson so far. Jalen Calhoun is deep. Swanson to punt. Takes a Tiger hop, and then a mistake that time trying to make the play. Calhoun muffed it. It's recovered by Clemson by Wade Woodaz. A huge momentum shift here as Clemson's going to have the ball inside the 20.
The ball was muffed, then recovered by Clemson. First down.
Boy, massive, and it's the footing. Jalen Calhoun just loses his footing and completely bobbles that football. Excellent hustle down the field by Wade Woodaz. Oh, man. Big mistake there by Mr. Reliable, Jalen Calhoun, and it's exactly what the Tigers needed.
Could completely change the game. Making a decision like that. Calhoun owned it right away, came off and said, my bad. He knows better, but that could totally change this contest if Clemson's able to get into the end zone. Klubnik with a throw to the sideline for Collins. Bo Collins inside the 10. Boy, Clemson hoping for big things out of him. He's been banged up for a good part of his career. Big target, Bo Collins, 6'3", 210.
Nice job by Antonio Williams out there, getting just enough of a block to spring Bo Collins for a nice pickup.
8 of 9, 2nd and 1 from the Duke 9-yard line. And Klubnik going to keep it. He's got the first down. He dives past the 5 down to the 3-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal.
Wasting no time. Cade Klubnik calling him, wanting to get on the football and go very quick here. Got this Duke defense on their heels. They want to punch it in.
It'll be Shipley, and the ball came out, but they're going to rule Shipley down. R.J. Oben, son of longtime NFL offensive lineman Roman Oben, was in there defensively on the hit. It'll be 2nd and goal.
And counter play, pull backside guard tackle. Anthony Nelson, the defensive end, excellent job getting in the hip pocket. The offensive lineman getting up the field. Nowhere for Shipley to run with the football.
They got Shipley and Matha in the backfield together here for 2nd and goal on the Duke 3. Trying to capitalize after the big mistake by Duke. Matha dragged down at the line of scrimmage, maybe a half yard. Jeremiah Lewis in there again for Duke. Bring up 3rd down.
Wesley Williams, we've seen 97 all over the field here in this first half. Big 3rd down. I know they wanted to establish a run, lean on this offensive line. And I sure would like to see Cade Klubnik have a run pass option and get on the perimeter.
Clemson just 1 for 5 on 3rd down so far. Klubnik with a great play fake, dumps it off. Shipley in for the Clemson touchdown. Will Shipley, an excellent receiver out of the backfield, but he didn't have a touchdown catch despite 38 receptions a year ago. He is pay dirt here. The game is tied for now.
Nice job selling the fake. by Kate Klubnik. An easy pitch into the flats. And Will Shipley powers his way into the end zone. When turnovers are important, but what do you do with it? Points off of turnovers, that's when you make an opposing team pay. Excellent job executing by Clemson, getting 6.
Robert Gunn, who had a field goal attempt blocked earlier, his point after gives Clemson the lead. It was all Duke for about 19 minutes, but one mistake. The muff punt by Jalen Calhoun leads to a Clemson touchdown catch by Will Shipley, and the Tigers have the lead in Durham. Will Shipley, such a dangerous weapon as a returner, running back. We saw it as a receiver on that last drive. They take advantage of the turnover. 5 plays later, they're in the end zone, and they have the lead. Let's see how Duke handles its first adversity of 2023. Robert Gunn will kick it deep to Teddy Moore. Moore off one hop. Gets clocked at the 22-yard line.
Let's take a look at that touchdown that we saw from Will Shipley. Off the edge, Brandon Johnson going to come off in pressure. Linebacker, good block here. And you're just going to see Will Shipley sneak out into the flats. Excellent blocking on the perimeter. They bring that edge pressure. Linebacker can't get over the top. And it's pretty much a walk-in touchdown for Will Shipley. Very well executed play, sold the play action, and a perfect play call from Garrett Riley to get the Tigers into the end zone.
So first down on the Duke 23. Leonard back to work. Slings it toward the sideline. A big hit by Woodaz on the intended receiver, Jaquez Moore. Dabo Sweeney has a nickname for Woodaz. It starts with whoop. We'll let you figure out the rest.
Well, he is a long, athletic dude. Watch this real speed coming at you live. Big time football, bang, with a big hit from Wade Woodaz. Kind of that hybrid, can play some safety, play some linebacker. The way they used a little bit of Isaiah Simmons, they're excited about this sophomore sensation.
Leonard on second down and 10. Taking a shot, got single coverage downfield, incomplete though. Trying to hit Jordan Moore. Nate Wiggins was running with him. Third down.
Yeah, Dusty, this defensive front for Clemson really collapsing the pocket right there. And 2 out of the 4 are freshmen. You mentioned TJ Parker earlier, but it's really Woods. Peter Woods, number 11, the guy you got to keep an eye on. He just ran off the field on third down right here. Oh, excuse me, he's still at the tackle spot. He was our number 4 overall ranked player in the ESPN 300. He can play all 4 spots along the front. He's going to see a lot of turns tonight. Their coaches think he might be the best of the defensive linemen they've had come through Clemson.
Generational talent was a phrase used to describe Mr. Woods, Tom.
Won 5 state championships. They let him play varsity as an 8th grader. Helped him win a state title. Leonard leaving the pocket on 3rd and 10. And he dives as what appears to be a first down at the 34-yard line. First rushing first down for Duke tonight. And they needed a big play like that after the turnover. You get incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Leonard showing his athletic ability, keeps the drive going.
Pressure coming, not quality rush lane integrity from the Tiger front. Riley Leonard and his athleticism made him pay.
And a timeout called here by Clemson. So we'll step away for a moment with the 9th-ranked Tigers leading Duke on the road by 1.
Timeout.
Well, you just saw Riley Leonard run for a first down on 3rd down and 10, and we already talked about his basketball skills in high school. This is pretty impressive here. Check out the 360 dunk in high school from Riley Leonard.
Whoa! I remember when I could do that. Damn. Remember my highlights that we show? Incredible athlete. Thought he was going to be a college basketball player all the way up until his junior year.
Your highlights were catching into the post and elbowing somebody as that ball is deflected and incomplete. It was Jalen Phillips getting pressure on Riley Leonard and a batted football, second down.
I had a problem with fouling, Dave, back in my basketball career. Excellent job on the pressure. You see Jalen Phillips come almost unaccosted. Can't get to the quarterback, but he gets his hands up. And a nice stop on first down.
Dusty, they're doing a really good job, Clemson, just altering the fronts where they're somehow managing to get a free rusher on one of the edges on almost every snap when they're playing man.
Leonard in trouble, steps up and takes off again, and dives past the 40, a gain of 8 to the 43. It will put Duke in the 3rd and short.
But pocket collapse, nowhere to go. Little Houdini there from Riley Leonard, just finds a little crease, falls forward to put him in 3rd manageable.
No Jalen Coleman for Duke, one of their talented running backs, out with an injury for this game. So Jaquez Moore, Jordan Waters, we haven't called their name a lot in this game. It's been mostly Riley Leonard running the ball or throwing it, obviously. 3rd and 2. Let's see what he does here. Penalty marker down. There was some movement.
False start. Offense, number 5. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
That's Jalen Calhoun. That's the 2nd mistake he's made in this quarter. That puts you at 3rd and 7 now. He had the muff punt earlier that led to the Clemson touchdown.
Tough mistake there by a wide receiver. We got 3rd and 2, now 3rd medium. Playbook opens wide up for Wes Goodwin, defensive coordinator. Showing pressure.
Stop. So 3rd and 7 from the 38-yard line. Leonard, his pass is caught, but excellent coverage. Hagan's caught it, but dropped immediately by Andrew Makuba. And so Duke will have to punt the ball.
A costly 5-yard penalty there from Jalen Calhoun. They brought the 5-man pressure and a nice job stepping up. But boy, Andrew Makuba all over him. Wes Goodwin loving what he's seeing so far from his 3rd down defense. On the night, Duke just 1 of 5 on 3rd down. 2nd year defensive coordinator. And he told us this week, Dave, he learned a lot last year, and his confidence has really picked up in year 2 as a play caller.
Replaced Brent Venables, longtime beat coordinator, now the head coach, of course, at Oklahoma. 2 men back for Clemson. Antonio Williams backing up, hit inside his 5, able to break a tackle, but finally brought down at the 8-yard line. So Clemson backed up after a 54-yard punt. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, road tested and game ready. Are you ready for the road? Goodyear, more driven. Dave Pasch, Dusty Dvorak, Tom Luganbill down on the field, and Dabo Sweeney, Clemson head coach, fired up. Appears to be talking to Antonio Williams, who decided to field that last punt. What looked like it may have gone into the end zone.
It seemed like the trajectory of that ball was going to go through the end zone. Dabo, a stickler on special teams, not happy with his sophomore wideout.
Williams was to the right of Garrett Riley. You saw in the picture there as Phil Moffa gets the carry and picks up just a couple, brought down by Aeneas Peebles.
Nice job there by Aeneas Peebles. Using his hands, getting off the block, good penetration. Where for Moffa to go on 1st down. Been impressed with this Duke front here throughout this game.
Clemson won the ACC last year, missed out on the playoff, though, for the 2nd straight year. Klubnik's pass pulled in. 1st down at the 20-yard line. And it's Jake Brenningstool, the tight end, who's a big target out there at 6'6", 230 pounds.
I think that's the best throw we've seen from Cade Klubnik all night tonight, Tom. Timing route, nice little curl. Hits his big tight end right as he makes his break. Nice job by Cade Klubnik.
Yeah, and he's decisive with the throw, and they need to get the big guy involved. That's a mismatch downfield with his size.
6'6" and long.
His first target of the game. Out of the backfield, Moffa with some running room, and he's got the corner and drilled out of bounds. Big hit. But after he got the 1st down, that was Trey Freeman. But a 13-yard pickup.
But it's Brenningstool again on the perimeter with the excellent block. Helps spring Moffa to the perimeter. Nice job in the open field by the big 230-pound back.
Most of the time we've seen Maffa tonight, he's been paired with Shipley in the backfield, but it's just Maffa here in this series. Straight ahead. Finally brought down at the 38-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play.
Downhill runner. Tough to bring down. Plays behind his pads, a physical runner.
And they're starting to lean on that Duke defense a little bit. Saw a lot more passing early. They're starting to run the ball now a little bit more and having success doing it. 64 rushing yards so far.
This is the look I like, Dustin.
Yeah.
They got to get into more of this.
Favorite personnel package they have, Tom.
With Maffa and Shipley together, and it's Maffa again at 230, powering his way across the 40-yard line. Freeman there defensively. Now you get 3rd down and 3 for the Tigers inside 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Twelve consecutive 10-winning seasons for Dabo Swinney, one of 3 schools ever. Florida State and Alabama the other. They certainly have the talent to do that, maybe more this year. But a tough game tonight to start the season at Duke. That pass caught. First down at the 45-yard line. Williams made the catch. Absorbed the hit from Chandler Rivers to move the sticks.
Just a quick out from Antonio Williams. Excellent route. The timing there from Cade Klubnik. Off coverage from Brandon Johnson. A little bit of a zone and a strike to move the chains from Klubnik to Williams.
Williams, young guy, turned 19 last month. Led the team in catches last year with 56. A short pass out in space, broken tackle. True freshman Tyler Brown trying to get positive yardage, maybe a half yard. Rivers again there for Duke. The Blue Devil defense flying to the football. Man, they are so improved when you think about where they were 2 years ago when they won 3 games and nothing in the conference to last year winning 5 in league play, 9 overall, and looking to take the next step this year.
Mike Elko effect. He knows defense, and any coach in America that has faced him knows that. And he's brought in Tyler Santucci to run this defense this year. They're very close, lined at the hip.
Play action, Klubnik in trouble. And sacked back inside the 35 by Open. Loss of more than 10 on the play.
R.J. Oben talked to the coaching staff yesterday. Thought he was the best edge rusher they have. Watch him here with the long arm. Really good job forcing, pressing inside, and then you see the kind of the spin back outside. Good pressure also there on the interior by that Duke front.
313.
Big time sack on 2nd down.
I think Duke just called a timeout.
Thank you.
So 3rd and 19
Correction
for Clemson when we come back.
Media timeout.
I'm Matt Berry coming up with the Sling TV halftime report. What a defensive battle we have there tonight at Wallace Wade. Dan Mullen and Sam Acho will break down what they've seen, plus a quarterback battle next weekend in Tuscaloosa, and what possibly could Prime do for an encore. Find out coming up at the half.
All right, Matt, big 3rd down here for Duke defensively, trying to get off the field and give its offense 3 minutes to work with.
Free play.
Klubnik after the offside, looking downfield, and it's intercepted. Al Blades Jr. again probably coming back. Blades tackled at the 48-yard line. Klubnik probably doesn't throw that ball if there wasn't a penalty. Just throwing it up for grabs like that. Dwayne Carter appeared to jump first for Duke. Might as well take a shot there if you're Klubnik.
Yep.
Just throw it up for grabs.
Veteran off the edge. Bites on the hard count. We haven't called Al Blades' name yet, the Miami transfer.
Taking a long time here with this discussion. These are the mistakes Duke didn't make last year, though. Penalties, the turnover that we saw in the muff punt, that just didn't happen to Duke a year ago.
There are fouls by both teams on the play. Offside, defense. During the return after the interception, personal foul, illegal blindside block. Team. The fouls were offset. Replay 3rd down.
So we'll replay 3rd and 19 because the illegal block in the back.
Well, he's down the receiving team. That'd be on Duke.
The blindside block was on the passing team.
Okay.
The fouls were offset. Replay 3rd down.
Okay.
Okay, so there's the clarification that the blindside block was by Clemson. So now you have the offsetting fouls. That's why the officials were taking as long as they did there before making the initial announcement. Marcus Woods, our referee. Still a discussion going on over the ball. 3-minute mark first half. Clemson leading Duke 7-6.
Duke just going to rush 3, sit back, play coverage, try to get off the field and give Riley Leonard the football. Just under 3 minutes to go in this half. Haven't seen Cade Klubnik complete much down the field. It'd be a great spot for him to do it right now.
Needs to get to the 45-yard line of Duke. Although if they can get 12, 13 yards, Dabo might go for it. Going to keep it on the ground. Shipley. And he gets about 7 yards, so Clemson will punt the ball. Let's see if Duke uses another timeout. Nope. Looks like the Blue Devils will save those 2 timeouts for offense. They'll get it with about 2 minutes to go.
But that's understanding and respecting your defense, right, Tom? Just conservative play call. Don't want to get in any trouble. And the way Clemson's played defensively the last several possessions, Dabo says we're fine to punt and try to pin them back.
Yeah, there's no question about it, Dusty, and this is the safe play. And right now, Clemson just seems to be out of sync. I think they're looking to avoid any potential mistakes.
See Jalen Calhoun after the muff punt earlier. See how he recovers here. Aiden Swanson kicking it right at him. And the fair catch secured at the 15-yard line. Well, look, Clemson's winning, so you got to give the Tigers defense a lot of credit. But how about the Duke defense and what it's been able to do so far in this game against Cade Klubnik and the Clemson offense, with the big storyline surrounding Clemson being its offense and whether it could make that next step to get back to the college
football. They've been outstanding.
Play.
I think the defensive line has played very well, putting pressure on Cade Klubnik, not getting pushed around by that Clemson front. And then the back end just flying around, making plays. We're seeing Brandon Johnson, Stinson really all over the place. Been really impressed with what we've seen from both of these defenses. We come in with Clemson getting all the headlines defensively, but Duke all first half making plays on this guy Garrett Riley-led offense.
Riley Leonard handed off to Waters on first down, pushing his way out past the 20. A 7-yard gain to start this drive. And Duke going to go no huddle here. 2-minute offense. Inside 2 minutes, the clock will stop on first downs. Used to be the clock stopped always on first downs, but they changed that rule this year. Outside 2 minutes. Wide open! Jordan Waters, nobody there for Clemson. He breaks the tackle and runs out of bounds at the 47. He picked up 25 yards.
Boy, we've seen a lot of struggles covering the running backs out of the backfield. Linebacker freezes, Waters is wide open, and a great find by Riley Leonard.
With 1:21 to go, still plenty of time, can run it. You got 2 timeouts. Todd Polino, their kicker, made a 48-yarder last year. He was hitting from about there in warm-ups as well. And Duke will get the ball to start the second half. Leonard tried to set up a screen, and it wasn't there, so he just threw it away. Xavier Thomas, one of those veteran defensive linemen for Clemson in his 6th year. But a lot of injuries that he's faced, hoping for his best year at Clemson.
Excellent rush there, getting up the field, forcing that errant throw. I mean, this is a 5-star coming in, going all the way back to that 2018 national championship season. He's never been able to stay healthy. He's had a great camp. He's been healthy. And he's going to be a real key for a guy who's going to provide edge pressure for this Clemson defense.
Leonard on 2nd and 10. With time, dumps it off complete across midfield to Waters, able to keep his balance. Comes up just short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 1. So the clock will run here. Still 2 timeouts. Duke going to hold on to him. Leonard Sidearms it complete. Now the clock will stop to reset the chains. Hagan's on the grab inside the 40-yard line. 54 seconds to go.
Love that quick game. Balls coming out fast. Nice pitch and catch from Leonard to Hagan's.
Leonard, everybody covered. So Leonard throws it out of bounds. Talking with Riley Leonard this week, we asked him, who's been a mentor to you? And he was really quick to point out Daniel Jones, former first-round pick of the New York Giants, of course, out of Duke. And Riley says Daniel's been very helpful in terms of helping him deal with now the attention that he's getting, similar to what Daniel Jones got toward the end of his college career, when initially nobody was talking about Daniel Jones. Very similar to Leonard's situation early in their career.
I love that he got off social media and he gave that to the deep snapper Charlie Ham to run for it.
Said he was trustworthy.
Pass is caught at the 35-yard line. Robinson down to the 30. So a gain of 9, but he didn't get the first down, so the clock is running, but Duke is going to call a timeout. That will leave the Blue Devils with 1. Should be in field goal range for Todd Polino.
30-second timeout.
Would you trust me to run your social media, Dave?
Absolutely. Neither of you two clowns.
I'm trustworthy, I promise.
All right, Saturday night, it is Texas and Alabama Part 2. It was a great game a year ago. Coverage starts 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on ESPN and the app. You got Pat McAfee and his gang highlighting our telecast over on ESPN2. Life after Bryce Young. Just small sample size, but it looked pretty good for Milroe and company on Saturday.
Jalen Milroe looked great, both as a runner, as a thrower. Quinn Ewers looked a little bit off in the opener. Can't wait to see that matchup. Texas is loaded on both sides of the ball, tons of weapons, which sure feels like that's going to be a knockdown drag-out at Tuscaloosa.
How about preparing for Jalen Milroe's legs? Boy, was he electrifying the other night.
He is thick.
Yeah.
Tom, you better wrap up and you better tackle.
Drawing some Jalen Hurts comparisons, right?
Yeah, I think he's more explosive, though.
I don't know, Hurts looked pretty good going to the Super Bowl last year.
Not bad at all.
All right, 3rd down and 2 at the 31-yard line of Clemson. Duke trying to regain the lead on this drive before halftime. 1 timeout left, 37 seconds to go. And they go empty and a flag down.
False start. Offense, number 81. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
That's on the tight end, Nicky Delmolin. That's the 2nd time this quarter on a 3rd and 2 we've seen a false start penalty. Now you might be out of field goal range. You're back at the 36.
Mistakes, right? I mean, you fumble a punt inside your 20 2 times now in this quarter, as you just referenced. 3rd and short, very manageable. You shoot yourself in the foot. Not the recipe that led Duke to 9 wins a season ago. This is a veteran football team, and last season they were very disciplined. Some undisciplined play here in the first half.
Leonard to throw, in trouble, gets rid of the pass, and it's incomplete. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. in the face of the quarterback, whose dad, Jeremiah Sr., was a terrific player in the pros, went to 4 Pro Bowls. So now it's 4th and 7. We'll see if they go for it or try a long field goal.
Boy, I'll tell you what, TJ Parker continues humming. You mentioned Jeremiah Trotter. It's also the true freshman. I've been really impressed with him, Tom. He's looked great here so far.
He has. He is light on his feet, and his first step is so explosive that he's across the line of scrimmage quickly.
Guys, how about this? Duke electing to go for it. 4th and 7, be about a 53-yard field goal. We mentioned Polino made from 48 and warm-ups 48 last year, but they're going for it. They trust Riley Leonard with the ball in his hands, and he delivers. Complete, 1st down. Caught by Calhoun. The clock will stop to reset the chains. Let's see if Duke hangs on to that timeout with the ball at the 26.
Wow, the confidence from Mike Elko, Kevin Johns, and their quarterback, Riley Leonard. Big time 4th and 7 conversion.
And they did snap it and spike it, so it's going to be 2nd down. The coaching staff was pleading with Riley Leonard to get up there and spike it on the ready for play to save time. You do waste the down, though. 24 seconds left. Still have that 1 timeout, 2nd and 10.
Big time throw to his favorite target, Jalen Calhoun.
Game clock operating. Please reset the game clock to 22 seconds.
So actually lose a couple seconds
Thank
there.
you.
Dusty, that ball was thrown the only spot it could have been completed.
Big time throw right there, Tom.
Well, when you got a great player like Riley Leonard, you put it in his hands in those big-time situations when you're trying to win a game like this against the #9 team in the country and continue to build your program. Leonard in trouble, escapes the pocket, and he throws it out of bounds. The clock will stop with 17 seconds remaining, and it will be 3rd down and 10. From here, about a 43 or 44-yard field goal. Play number 12 of this drive coming up.
Some pressure coming off the edge. R.J. Mickens. Riley Leonard smartly floats out to his right, just throws it out of bounds. No one open down the field. No reason to take a chance in a spot like this.
Leonard 12 of 24 for 146 yards passing. 3rd down and 10. Clemson going to bring pressure. Duke runs the ball, and the ball is fumbled, and it's recovered by Makuba. Jaquez Moore fumbles it. Clemson recovers, and will take over with 10 seconds to go in the half.
Recovered by Clemson.
And Mike Elko, Kevin Johns, they go conservative. They were just going to concede the field goal, get in the middle of the field, align their kicker as they hand the ball to Moore. Looks like Jeremiah Trotter gets that hand in there, punches the ball out. How about Andrew Makuba? Almost scooped and scored that football. It's an excellent job by Jeremiah Trotter Jr., who was all football all the time. And right hand punching that football loose in the second takeaway for this Clemson defense.
What if he doesn't get tripped up?
Oh, Makuba's to the house.
Yep.
He had a fumble recovery earlier that was overturned via replay when it was clear that the Duke player was down. Replay was just checking there to make sure that the ball was out. It clearly was, as you saw live. So 10 seconds to go. Shipley going to run it past the 45-yard line and to midfield, and now Clemson's going to call a timeout. Dabo Swinney told us this week, even though he has a true freshman kicker in Robert Gunn, that he has made a 70-yarder in practice.
Clemson. That's 2nd and a half. 30-second timeout.
So with 4 seconds left, do you run the kid out there and say, you know what, we've seen you do it in practice? In a live situation, it wasn't like he was just warming up by himself. They had the snap and everything in the defense out there to try to block it. Do you run him out there for what would be a 68-yard try?
Dabo said it's the strongest leg of any kicker they've had at Clemson. We asked him what his range was. He said unlimited. Like, Coach, what do you mean unlimited? He said, well, he's made one from 70 in practice so far. Our guys up in the booth keeping a close eye on Robert Gunn III in the pregame. He hit from 50. We didn't see him hit from 70. We'll see what Coach Swinney decides to do.
And again, had that first one blocked. It looks like he's going in just based on the reaction of his teammates.
Yeah.
And at this point, why not? I mean, the percentages of the Hail Mary or the 70-yard field goal are probably equal. You probably don't have enough time to throw anything beyond 5 or 8 yards. So does that really help you to run your offense out there for one more play?
Duke putting 3 guys back.
Yeah. Well, they got the offense on the field. They're not going to try to kick this.
But do they have enough time here for a quick throw to the sideline to maybe get Gunn a little bit closer?
Yes.
Or do you just hoist it downfield if you're Klubnik?
It really just depends on what his range truly is, Dave. You know, I mean,
Clemson does have a timeout. Now Klubnik going to go for the Hail Mary. And his pass is caught at the 35-yard line by Williams. And not sure what good that all served, but that's the end of that. So all the things that made Duke successful last year, they failed at in this first half. But they're only down 1 to 9th-ranked Clemson, 7-6, 12 of 24 for a $146. Had a blocked field goal by Duke in the first half. And the Blue Devils will start this drive on their 25-yard line. And let's check in with Tom.
Yeah, Dave, first of all, talking with Coach Mike Elko going off the field at halftime, he really wants to get this ball downfield in the passing game offensively, like we've been talking about in the first half. When I interviewed him prior to the game, he said, we can't make first game mistakes, and that's exactly what they've done. On the Clemson side, got a chance to talk with Dabo. He's very frustrated with how out of sync they are. He said, we've made some plays, we've forced 2 turnovers, but we can't get the ball downfield on offense, and we've missed tackles on critical downs. So A lot of first-game miscues from both teams, but very few explosive plays as well.
Well, Dabo hired Garrett Riley for a reason. We'll see if things change for Clemson offensively in the second half. But first, Duke football. Riley Leonard back to throw on first down. Stepping up to run, and again makes the defender miss. Stepping out of bounds after he picks up the first down. He's done that several times tonight. That was Justin Maskell, the defensive lineman, that Leonard was able to shake.
Oh, it's so smart. He wants to go to the back out of the backfield, but it's defended well. Pressure, and no problem for Riley Leonard as he gets out the back door, and an excellent pickup here to start this second half.
Gain of 14 for Leonard. Got 42 rushing yards on the day. Had 13 rushing touchdowns last year. From the 39. Gonna hand it off here. Waters looking for a hole. It's there. Crossing the 45, securing the ball as he gets drilled by Makuba and picks up 11, moving the chains.
Love the patience by Jordan Waters. Counter. He waits for his blocks to set up, and then the burst through the hole.
Leonard's pass caught over the middle for a handful at the 45-yard line by Jalen Calhoun. So Duke in Clemson territory again. We saw this several times in the opening half. They just couldn't pay it off with touchdowns.
It's zone coverage again, Tom, and these receivers for Duke are so good sitting down, and Riley Leonard's going to find the open target.
Yeah, and that zone coverage, a lot of that's because Clemson wants to keep their eyes forward on the quarterback in case he escapes the pocket.
Waters, and this time he goes nowhere. Maybe a yard on the play. Justin Maskell, R.J. Dickens in there on the tackle. Brings up 3rd down and 3.
3rd down was excellent in the first half for this Clemson defense. Hold Duke just 2 of 8. Here quickly is Duke on the move. Another 3rd and very manageable for this offense.
Saw him go for it on 4th and 7 in the first half. Wonder if they're thinking 4-down territory here if they don't pick this up. On 3rd down and 3. Design run for Leonard, and he's able to break a tackle and get the first down and more. Leonard inside the 20, stiff arms a defender inside the 5 and into the end zone. It's a touchdown. What a play by Riley Leonard. One of the best plays of week 1. 44-yard scamper for a score.
Wow, what a play by Riley Leonard. Barrett Carter's untouched off the edge, can't get him to the ground, lowers the shoulder, watch the speed in the open field as he hits the sidelines, does not step on, tight ropes the sidelines, and takes it to the house. What a start for this second half for Riley Leonard. Wow.
And Nate Wiggins, the corner, had the angle, but Leonard just ran right by him, showing off again that great athletic ability. We just touched on all the rushing touchdowns, all the athletic plays from a year ago. This is the biggest stage he's played on in his career, and he has taken advantage of that. That's the first touchdown for Duke tonight. If it stands, they're looking to see if he stepped out of bounds. Didn't appear live that he did down that near sideline.
That's Barrett Carter. That's one of the best linebackers in America. And he's got Riley Leonard dead to rights in the backfield. And the 6'4", 212-pound quarterback just churns those legs, runs through that arm tackle, and runs to daylight. Let's watch the feet on the sidelines to see if he tight-roped it and stayed in. It's close. It's good there. That's a touchdown, Dave. Great awareness on the sidelines by Riley Leonard.
Riley Leonard grabbing the attention of viewers nationally after that play, giving Duke the lead. We wondered how the Blue Devils would respond. After dominating most of the first half, yet trailing because of the turnovers at intermission. They respond with a big play from Leonard, a 44-yard touchdown run. The point after makes it 13-7 Duke.
We've been talking about Riley Leonard's athleticism all night long. What's he do to open up the second half? Breaks the tackle on the linebacker, and then it's heels to the field as he hits the sidelines. Duke on top here in Durham. All in love and love this life.
football, it's a thing. 9 wins last year, going toe-to-toe here with the 9th-ranked team in the country. 13-7, the Blue Devils lead Clemson after that incredible play by Riley Leonard. I don't think his mom is going to text him, "You suck," after that play. Touchback will come out to the 25. Leonard's 4th career rush of 40 yards or more.
Bear Carter's going to come off the edge. He's in great position to make this play, but the strength of Riley Leonard runs through the arm tackle, and then he outruns a corner and Nate Wiggins to the edge. We had a chance to meet with his grandfather today in the hotel that we're staying at, and I asked his grandfather, when did you guys know that Riley was a different athlete? And he said specifically when he was 2 years old and he got on a bicycle, he couldn't reach the pedals, so he stood on the seat, used the steering wheel, and was able to ride the bike around. Grandpa said, you know what? That kid's different.
Not a tricycle, a bicycle at age 2. Shipley close to a first down. They go back to the ground game, and he's able to pick up 10. Shipley had a good first half, 65 yards, 11 attempts in that first half, about 6 yards a pop.
2-back look again here, Tom. I think we're going to see a lot of that in the second half.
And Maffa will get it here. Breaks free into Duke territory inside the 40. The race is on, and they finally get to him inside the 20-yard line. Jeremiah Lewis saves a touchdown, but a huge gap between the tackles for Maffa.
The interior of that offensive line, the center, Will Putnam, great job getting up to the linebacker. Marcus Tate getting good movement, and the true freshman Colin Sadler, the center and left side of that line, excellent job paving a path for Phil Maffa in a big gain.
49 yards. He'll get another touch here. Looked like maybe the same play right up the gut. And down to the 10-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play. Nice response here by Clemson. Quickly getting the ball inside the opponent's red zone. Just handing it off. Shipley, now Maffa.
Leaning on the interior of that Clemson offensive line. Play action gets set up after this.
Klubnik pulled that back, takes off inside the 5, gets lit up at the 1. It's a first down. It'll be 1st and goal from inside the 1. Hops to his feet after the sandwich of Lewis and Stinson. Klubnik looks okay.
It's a really good read there by Cade Klubnik. He sold it well, held that ball in the belly of the back for an extra beat, pulled it, and made a nice run.
And now Shipley comes out of his stance, flags down. Looked like the right tackle, Blake Miller, moved as well. Miller, a true sophomore, 19-year-old, started every game last year as a true freshman.
False start. Offense number 78. 5-yard penalty, first down.
They love Blake Miller. Strong, great length, smart. Got some nasty to him, but a mistake there on 1st and goal.
And the first penalty of the game for Dabo Swinney's team tonight.
Maffa comes off the field there, Dusty, back to 11 personnel. I think going forward, regardless of what happens here on this drive or not, got to do a lot more of this 2-back stuff because there's so much play action and pocket movement stuff you can come off of it.
Totally agree with you, Tom.
1st and goal from the 6 after the penalty. Klubnik again pulling it and running, and he stumbles and falls. Anthony Nelson, the defensive lineman, transferred from Harvard in his 2nd year at Duke, showing his intelligence there because he did not bite, and Klubnik went to the ground, losing yardage on the play.
He stays square to the line of scrimmage and does an excellent job shuffling out and getting right, meeting Cade Klubnik at the point. Excellent job being disciplined by the defensive end, Anthony Nelson.
Loss of 5 yards. To get back-to-back 5-yard losses, one via penalty, that one via the sack. 2nd and goal. Klubnik in trouble from the pocket. His pass broken up. Brandon Johnson knocking it away from Antonio Williams. 3rd and goal coming up from the 11-yard line.
Well, that's fantastic coverage by Brandon Johnson. I love getting a chance to meet with him yesterday. You watch him on film, he just flies around. Excellent coverage on Antonio Williams over the middle of the field. Big 3rd down here for Clemson. Can they answer that Riley Leonard touchdown to start the 2nd half?
Quarterback draw. Klubnik inside the 10. Stacked up at the 5-yard line. Jalen Stinson there first. Will Dabo Sweeney keep the offense on the field?
He's kicking it.
Nope, here comes the field goal team. He thought about it for a second and then ran the kicker out there.
Last thing you want to do with one of your best offensive drives of the night is not come away with points. I agree with the decision to kick the ball here. That was an excellent job by Jalen Stinson. Tom, he's been flying around tonight. 2 from the safety position. Keep your eyes on him. He's all over the field.
They are, and they will hit you too.
23-yard field goal try. 41-yard attempt. And the first half was blocked. His first career attempt. And this one's no good. Missed it wide to the left. That one may have been tipped as well at the line of scrimmage. Let's see if it was blocked or just yanked by true freshman Robert Gunn, who's 0 for 2, replacing the reliable B.T. Potter as the Clemson kicker. And it remains 13-7 Duke. Hard to tell if Al Blades got a piece of this. You can tell it was definitely yanked left, and I'm not sure Blades touched it. It looked like it actually went under his arm. And 0 for 2 now for the true freshman Robert Gunn. You wonder about Dabo Sweeney's confidence right now in his kicker. Maybe in general with his football team trailing 13-7. Duke gets the ball back from its 20-yard line. Leonard back to throw on first down. Climbs the pocket. Tries to dump it off. Calhoun dropped it. He had a big mistake in the first half, muffing a punt that led to the only Clemson touchdown.
Uncharacteristic of Jalen Calhoun. Excellent job by Leonard stepping up in the pocket. Calhoun's open. Looked like he was anticipating contact there. Kind of backed off the ball. Some gator arms there. Go ahead and pluck that ball out of the air and get up the field. Another miscue there of the 5th-year senior.
Greenville, South Carolina, normally very reliable, as you said. 62 catches last year, over 200 in his career. Leonard finds more, and a good open field tackle that time by Parker. Boy, TJ Parker, we came in hyping Peter Woods for good reason, but man, we're seeing Parker, whether it's rushing the passer out in space, making a tackle.
Exactly, man, all over the field. Excellent job by the true freshman. Effort to the football is a great equalizer, and we'll see in this true freshman play with his hair on fire.
So 3rd down and 7 now after the 3-yard gain. Had the drop on first down. Leonard back to throw. Leonard's pass incomplete. Going for Calhoun. Had Makuba in coverage. And so a 3 and out for Duke after the missed field goal by Clemson.
Big stop by this Clemson defense. Get back together after giving up the big explosive run to Riley Leonard to start this second half. Come out in a quick 3 and out. Get the football back in Cade Klubnik in this offense's hand.
Porter Wilson on to boot it deep to Antonio Williams, who made a mistake in the first half, fielding a punt inside the 10, and heard about it from Dabo Sweeney. Cost him serious field position. Good boot here, a lot of hang time. Maybe even cut through the humidity. About 85 degrees right now in Durham. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, celebrating the challenge of road games everywhere. Are you ready for the road? Goodyear, more driven. Dave Pasch, Dusty Dvorak, Tom Luganville in Durham. Mike Elko won 9 games last year, ACC Coach of the Year. The program has 28 consecutive losses against top 10 teams. Last win in '89 against Clemson. They've never beaten a ranked team in a season opener. 0-13. They got Clemson on the ropes here midway through the 3rd. And Klubnik throws it on first down to Collins. Only the 2nd time we've called his name. And he gets good yardage there on first down, picking up 7.
A cushion on the outside, easy throw for Cade Klubnik. I'd like to see him get into a rhythm here, Tom.
Yeah, and I like the fact they moved the launch point. Give him a confidence throw. Now let's see if they can get him another one.
2nd down and 3. In trouble. Pressure backside, but Klubnik escapes and slides. He began his slide at the 39, but that was still enough to move the chain. So a first down gain of 4 for Cade Klubnik. True sophomore. Made 1 start all of last year. That was in the bowl game. He came in relief of DJ Uyunglele and won the ACC championship game and won the MVP award, which is basically unheard of. Hands it off to Shipley here on first down to gain 9. Now it's Klubnik's team. And you have to wonder, it's his first ever regular season start, first road start. It's different when you're the guy as opposed to coming off the bench. You wonder if he's just starting to settle in a little bit. Talked about the rhythm. He's starting to find it. Adam Randall on the catch and a first down into Duke territory to the 44.
A couple easy throws to get Cade Klubnik going. Also a nice run. One thing we've noticed these first 2 possessions in the second half, they are really running the ball in the middle, right between the guards at the center. Leaning on Marcus Tate, Will Putnam, Walker Parks, and having a lot of success here early on in the second half.
Much more of a downhill approach.
From the Duke 44. Shipley with a ton of room inside the 35. And all the way down to the 28-yard line, a 16-yard run as Shipley is right at the 100-yard mark now.
Center guard. On cue, Will Putnam, excellent job position blocking that nose. Right guard Will Park kicks it out. Another big gaping hole right in the interior of that offensive line for Will Shipley in this rushing attack.
We have an injured Duke player, can't see the number, but Shipley now 14 carries, 100 yards. He has a receiving touchdown on the day. Clemson is inside the Duke 30-yard line. Looks like number 2 Jalen Stinson, starting safety for Duke, shaken up. Saturday, the ACC football lineup has Wake Forest hosting Vanderbilt at 11 a.m. Eastern, followed by number 8 Florida State against Southern Miss. Every game also available on the ESPN app. You can watch it anywhere. Boy, Florida State, terrific performance last night, especially in the second half to beat LSU. Be interesting to see where they jump in the polls this week. They were number 8 coming in this week.
They're a top 5, top 4 team to me. I'd be fine putting them all the way up at 3 in the next polls as we see the entire slate on ACC Network. What a week 1 it was. Coach Prime. Wow. Shedeur Sanders, school record passing yards. Travis Hunter was sensational, both on offense and defense. He might be one of the best players in all of America. Pac-12 in their swan song, 13-0, ladies and gentlemen. And it's been quite the weekend for the ACC. It was Drake May and the North Carolina pass rush, 9 sacks. They were abysmal last year. Great job by Gene Chizik. And then, as you mentioned, Florida State, how about 31 points in that second half? That offense, woo, they're explosive.
First down for Clemson on the Duke 28, looking to regain the lead here. 6:15 to play. Klubnik has a wide open man. Tyler Brown, the true freshman, on the catch inside the 10. It'll be first and goal after a gain of 21.
This coaching staff raved about Tyler Brown, a true freshman. You see exactly why. Working from the slot, going all the way across the field on an over route. Nobody accounts for him, and a good find for Cade Klubnik.
Actually, it looked like Terry Moore, the defender. He was in there replacing the injured Jalen Stinson. He was the guy that they targeted there. First and goal on the 7-yard line. The ball's on the ground. Duke tried to pick it up. I think the Blue Devils got it anyway. They tried to pick it up and run with it, and now a fight for it under the pile. Trey Freeman tried to scoop and score after the failed exchange between Klubnik and Shipley, and it looks like Duke has the ball. They do. Blue Devil football, they get a takeaway.
Recovered by Duke.
They lived on fumble recoveries a year ago, 16 to lead all of college football.
Jeremiah Lewis, who's been all over the field, started his career at Duke, transferred to Northwestern, back to Duke, and making plays when they absolutely needed to have one.
And that one might be on Cade Klubnik. That's the quarterback running back exchange. Klubnik tried to pull it. Shipley stayed on it. Ball's on the ground. And what a mistake by this Clemson offense. Miscommunication there, Tom, right there at the mesh.
Big time, and sometimes in those situations, particularly in the red area, you have to commit to one another, because if you don't, that's exactly what happens.
So Duke takes over on its 10-yard line, getting its first takeaway. Leonard's pass incomplete. Boy, he was looking to the sideline to Calhoun, and threw it more towards the middle of the field to Hagans, who could not come up with it second down.
High and outside from Riley Leonard.
I think Hagans was surprised by it like you were, Dave, because he saw Leonard looking out to the sideline, and then the ball comes at him quick.
No-look pass.
Yeah.
Basketball. You know that from your NBA book, huh?
Leonard now 14 of 29, 157 through the air. 2nd and 10. And Duke's going to run it. Moore stumbles. That initial ankle tackle attempt from Justin Maskell was enough to get him to the ground. He still is able to pick up 8 yards. 3rd down and 2. 5 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. Duke leading by 6.
It's one of the bigger holes we've seen this Duke offensive line open up. Nice job hitting it downhill by Jaquez Moore. A quarterback run game. Very strong possibility here from Riley Leonard.
That's a good call. He's got 6 carries, 86 yards, had the 44-yard touchdown run, and he's big and strong. He can run it for 2, but he's going to throw it here to try to get 2 yards and hesitated, and the pass knocked away. He was going for his tight end, Mullen. R.J. Mickens with 3 picks a year ago with the pass breakup, forcing a Duke punt.
It's a big-time stop by this Clemson defense. Excellent coverage on the tight end by R.J. Mickens. Riley Leonard was trying to buy time, stepping up in the pocket, defender in his face. Great coverage down the field from Clemson after the fumble. Defense steps up, gets the offense the ball right back.
Porter Wilson again booting it deep to Antonio Williams. That's off the side of his foot, but it stays in bounds and kicks in Duke's favor towards the 40-yard line. So it ends up being a 42-yard punt. Clemson with decent starting field position at its 40-yard line. What a lineup we have for you this coming weekend and Monday on ESPN. Got the U.S. Open women's final Saturday afternoon, Saturday night. Great college football game between 2 blue chip programs, Alabama, Texas. Then the U.S. Open men's final Sunday afternoon, followed by Aaron Rodgers' New York Jets debut. Jets Bills Monday night, ESPN ABC.
You buying the Jets hype?
Hard not to, right? With that defense from a year ago, you had one of the best quarterbacks of the last 20 years.
Dalvin Cook in the backfield. Well, it's going to be a fun year, especially in that AFC East.
Klubnik dumping it off, and Shipley lost his footing, so a negative play to start the drive. Loss of 2. Trey Freeman was in the backfield for Duke in the face of the quarterback that time.
And Jalen Stinson back on the field.
Offside. Defense, number 19. 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
I didn't even see the flag, but offside, so it's a mistake by Duke, giving Clemson a free 5 yards. Now Clemson, as Florida State, in just 3 weeks, less than 3 weeks actually, Clemson's won 7 in a row in that series. They have Notre Dame, North Carolina. They have to go to South Carolina at the end of the year. Trying to avoid an 0-1 start to what many thought would be a college football playoff appearance. Still could be, even if they lose this game, as Shipley is out to the 49-yard line. But the offensive explosion that Clemson fans were hoping for, with the addition of Garrett Riley and the insertion of Cade Klubnik, with DJ Uiagalelei now in Oregon, at Oregon State, it hasn't happened in this game. It might at some point, and you got to credit Duke's defense, but we have seen very few explosive plays.
They started to run the football much more effectively, but to your point, we have not seen the quarterback-friendly offense.
Klubnik's pass caught for a 1st down by Bo Collins, wrestled down at the 41. They're moving the ball, though, here in the 3rd quarter. They just couldn't punch it in that last drive. We'll see what happens here.
Back-to-back, right? They missed the chip shot field goal earlier in the drive. They put it on the ground, on the move again here for the 3rd time in the 2nd half.
We talked about Bo Collins, an important player. Big target 2 years ago, 31 catches, 22 last year, missed 4 games with an injured shoulder, had a foot injury 2 years ago. Can he stay healthy and be an impact player on this offense? Klubnik back to throw it, trying to set up a screen, and he's going to throw it away here, getting outside the tackle box, being chased by Peebles. 2nd down.
Really well defended there by this Duke defense. Read it the whole way, nowhere to go. They wanted to get to Shipley. As well defended by this Duke defense, forcing Cade Klubnik to throw it out of bounds.
So they go back to that two-back set with Shipley and Maffa for 2nd down and 10. Clemson ranked 9th in the country. Shipley on the catch out of the backfield inside the 35-yard line. Close to a 1st down. They say he stepped out, though, before that contact at the 30, so he's going to be short. But back in 2015, Clemson was ranked 12th. This number 9 preseason ranking is their worst since then. That year, they went to the national title game. But obviously need, if you're a Clemson fan, to see a lot more out of this offense if we're even talking about college football playoff for Clemson this year. Got Dominic Thomas in there. Really haven't seen him much at running back. He's in there now for 3rd down and 1. They give it to Maffa, and he gets the 1st down at 2:30, able to muscle his way past the line to gain.
Good physical run off the right side. Goes up top a little bit. 230+ pounds coming right at you. Nice job moving the chains. We've seen this really this entire 2nd half. Clemson offensively has come to life, but no points on the board yet.
Inside 2 minutes to go. Another run play. Again, the leg strength of Maffa driving forward to the 27 for 4 yards. Nick Morris made the tackle, a high school teammate of Cade Klubnik, the Clemson quarterback in Austin. No divisions anymore in the ACC. Top 2 teams in terms of winning percentage will meet in the ACC title game. Duke was close to getting there last year when they had the divisional setup. Clemson, of course, won the championship, beating North Carolina, with Klubnik coming in relief. Uvuiungalele to win championship game MVP. Trying to lead Clemson to victory here and retake the lead late on the 3rd. On 2nd and 6, he'll throw it. Long passes through the hands of Collins. Chandler Rivers went low, trying to cut down the target. It's 3rd down.
Pass a touch high, but you want to see Bo Collins at 6'3" be able to go up and come down with that catch. Missed opportunity from a Clemson wide receiver. Wasn't a perfect pass from Cade Klubnik, but definitely a catchable ball.
Based on where they are on the field and what we've seen from their offense, is this a run play?
It very well could be. This could be 4-down territory. I don't know how much trust we have. Freshman kicker.
Klubnik will throw it. Long pass. Caught at the 15. Collins can't get away from Rivers, but he's able to get 12 yards and move the chains. That was a great throw that time by Klubnik.
Dial up the pressure. Cade Klubnik stands strong. And one of his better throws of the night. On time, on target to Bo Collins.
Now back to the ground attack. Maffa able to break one tackle and get down to the 9-yard line. Gain of 6. Every time they run it, they're getting 5-6 yards a pop on 1st down.
Offside. Defense, number 7. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
I mean, we're looking everywhere, and there's no yellow on the field, so I'm not sure where that flag is, but that's the 2nd time we've been looking. It's actually right on the near sideline we're looking at, and see it right in front of the Duke bench, but no one else can see it. So a free 5 yards there. Puts the ball at the 10. 1st and 5 for the Tigers. Inside 10 seconds to go here. They do have to snap it before the end of the quarter. Klubnik in trouble. Getting out of there. Inside the 10. Runs out of bounds. Looks like he's short. It'll be 2nd and 1 when we start the 4th quarter. The 9th ranked team in the country heads to the 4th, trailing by 6.
Well, Coach, controlled most of the 3rd quarter, scored some points there, but something was different about these last 2 drives. Assess what you've seen.
Yeah, I think they're starting to lean on us a little bit. We got to do a little bit better job of controlling the line of scrimmage, and I think we got to do a little bit better job of putting some drives together on offense.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Well, he's right, Luke. They ran for 116 yards in that 3rd quarter alone after 82 in the 1st half. And they ran 15 plays in Duke territory in that 3rd quarter. That's more plays than Duke ran as a team, period, anywhere on the field in that quarter.
Lean on that run game.
They will with the big back. Maffa down to the 1, dives for the end zone. They're going to mark him down just short, but it will be 1st and goal for Clemson, looking to tie the game here.
Physicality up front. Sage Innes, more of a blocking tight end, doing a nice job on that left side, helping pave a path for Phil Maffa.
Maffa again fumbles the ball, and it's picked up by Stinson at the 20. Stinson being chased by Klubnik in midfield. Klubnik tracks him down and maybe saves a touchdown. But what a fortunate bounce with Stinson scooping it up and rolling it back some 70 yards.
Rolling on the field is a fumble recovered by Duke.
Mistakes, miscues for Clemson here in the second half. 2 fumbles lost inside the red zone and a missed shot. At 93, knifing his way through Anthony Nelson, and it's Stinson who went out earlier with an injury, scooping it. I love the effort from the quarterback, Cade Klubnik, just to get him down and give his defense a chance. And boy, the head coach, Sweeney, does not like what he's seeing here to start this 4th quarter.
It'll be 1st down for Duke at the Clemson 33 with a chance to go up 2 scores when it looked like maybe they would be trailing, with Clemson 1st and goal from inside the 1, turning it over again deep in Duke territory. Every play is being reviewed, so they're looking to make sure they have the spot right, because he stepped out of bounds. That's where they marked it, and they were just confirming that 1st down at the 33-yard line. Straight ahead, it's Jordan Waters for 4 yards down to the 29.
Here's the fumble. 93, Anthony Nelson. Watch him get in there. Helmet on the football. Ball pops out. And it's an excellent job by Jalen Stinson, scooping it and putting Duke in prime real estate to take a 2-score lead.
You're right about Cade Klubnik, no, man. What an effort.
Save the touchdown, at least for now. 2nd down and 6. Penalty marker down. Movement. One of the receivers, Jordan Moore, appeared to jump.
False start. Offense, number 8. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
It's amazing when you think Duke football last year was one of the most disciplined teams. Didn't penalize themselves, didn't make mental mistakes. We talked about barely any takeaways, 4 lost fumbles all year. They're making all those mistakes in this game. Yes, somehow they're winning. Because the number 19.
Because Clemson's missed 2 field goals, and now they've turned it over themselves inside the red zone twice.
2nd down and 11 after the 5-yard penalty. Leonard to throw. Pressure in his face, setting up a screen over to Waters. He's got blockers inside the 25. Got a 1st down to the 22-yard line. A gain of 12 on 2nd down and 11.
Boy, this is so timely. Great sell there by Leonard. He just backpedals, sets up the screen. Big Mo McIntyre out in front, getting on Mickens. And a big 1st down for this Duke offense. Love the play call by Kevin Johns. You had a Clemson defense, ears pinned back, coming after Riley Leonard, and he sold it perfectly and executed to perfection.
Riley Leonard, who Mel Kiper has on his big board as the number 3 quarterback and number 20 overall. Making a big statement tonight. Going to run it here on 1st down. Waters dragged down at the 21 by Tyler Davis, so a short gain, maybe 1. 12.5 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter. All 4 of Duke's losses last year were by 1 score. In fact, they didn't lose a game by double digits last year for the first time since 1953. But they're doing better than that here to start this game. They've got the lead in the 4th quarter over Clemson and looking to add to it here. Second and 8 from the 20. They go empty set for Leonard. Leonard zips it complete. Calhoun on the catch. He'll be short of a first down by about 2 yards. Nate Wiggins with the tackle. Third down coming up.
Tight window throw. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. barreling down on Jalen Calhoun. Good velocity on that short intermediate throw. And that's really where Riley Leonard thrives as a passer, Dave. As we were watching the film from last year, those intermediate throws, boy, he is surgical.
Accurate, timely. Biggest third down defensively for Clemson tonight. Duke 3 of 11 on third down in this game. Third and a long one. They're going to run it. And spinning away is Moore to get the first down inside the 10. It'll be first and goal for Duke. Jaquez Moore, who last year only got a handful of carries per game, keeps the clock moving, and now first and goal.
Excellent spin move in the hole. And Clemson at times tonight, we've seen them miss some tackles that we're accustomed to Clemson defenses making. Excellent job of running there by Jaquez Moore.
Another run play. Moore trying to get the edge. He's inside the 5. Turns it upfield into the end zone. Touchdown, Duke.
Outside run. Keep an eye at the bottom of your screen. Jordan Moore does a very good job getting just enough to allow Jaquez Moore to get to the perimeter. Duke going to go for 2 here to try to make this a 14-point game.
Either way, it's a 2-possession game, but looking to go up 21-7, 10.5 to go. Clemson going to score from 1 yard out. Instead, it's a 14-point swing with Duke, or at least for now a 12-point swing with Duke getting the touchdown. Waters shifting into the backfield, pass play. Leonard ends on its caught, 2 points. Calhoun is in, 21-7 Devils.
Well, it's the staple of this Duke defense a year ago. 16 fumble recoveries, the second one here tonight, and they cap it off with a big touchdown. It's all Devils in Durham.
Look what's happening in Durham. The Duke Blue Devils lead number 9 Clemson 21-7 in one of the biggest home games in recent history, given what Duke did last year with 9 wins and what Clemson has done historically. But tonight for the Tigers, it's been about their mistakes, especially in the second half.
Blocked field goal in the first quarter, a shanked field goal, putting it on the ground. Quarterback running back exchange, that one forced by Anthony Nelson, but miscue after miscue here for the Clemson Tigers, especially in the second half. About to find out a lot right here about Cade Klubnik. Had a lot of success running the football, but you have to start to abandon that run game and put the ball in your quarterback's hands.
Klubnik will throw. Got a receiver, and Shipley makes a nice move. Picks up a first down and then out of bounds. Keep in mind, with the new clock rules, that could impact team down 2 scores trying to come back, lose probably 3 or 4 plays per half with a running clock after first downs. It used to stop to reset the chains, but as you see the clock running after that first down, once we hit 2 minutes, then the clock will stop on first down.
And Dave, where that benefits you is if you're Duke, when you're back on offense, if you can run it, that hurts Clemson.
Klubnik from the pocket, and the pass is juggled and incomplete. Adam Randall could not come up with it. Trey Freeman was right there to greet him on contact. So it'll be second down and 10. Klubnik hit the deck again as well.
They're like Adam Randall. He had a chance to reach out that ball a little bit out in front of him, but he felt Brandon Johnson coming, closing quickly, unable to make the catch.
Gonna run it. Shipley able to break a tackle across the 40, near a first down at the 45-yard line. Big series here for Duke's defense, led by Tyler Santucci, their first-year defensive coordinator. He's one of the youngest coordinators in the country. Was at A&M last year. Worked with Mike Elko at several places. For his first job interview at Wake Forest, he showed up in a three-piece suit and got into a three-point stance. Mike Elko said, "We got to hire this guy." And Santucci has risen up the ranks to D coordinator. They couldn't come up with a stop there. First down pickup for Shipley, but the Duke defense has been as big of a story as Riley Leonard has on the other side.
No question. That's my kind of coach, too, by the way. A coach that's not afraid to get down a three-point stance and a three-piece suit.
You're doing it in the booth.
Well, don't tell anybody.
But a two-piece suit, a little different. Klubnik moving around the pocket, nearly threw another pick. Trey Freeman had a shot at it. There have been a couple of those where Duke's had a chance to intercept Klubnik, could not. Second down.
An excellent job by Trey Freeman. He's going to read the eyes of the quarterback, get right in the throwing lane, and almost picked his pass off just off his fingertips. As Cade Klubnik, fortunate not to throw a pick. Trey Freeman, as you mentioned, partner, man, he's been outstanding and all over the field here tonight.
First regular season start for the 19-year-old Klubnik. Trying to bring Clemson back. Shipley out of the backfield, short gain, just a couple. So third down and long coming up. Clemson in 4-down territory now. Inside 9 minutes to play. Shipley, 17 carries, 5 catches. He's going to come to the sideline here, though, on one of the biggest plays of the night for the Tigers.
And Duke doing a nice job rotating defensive linemen and complete line change. Fresh bodies here to rush the passer on third down.
Have to get to the 44 of Duke with the clock moving 8.5. Pressure off the edge. Klubnik. A drop right at the line to gain by Antonio Williams. That's a second drop we've seen by Clemson receiver this half. Brandon Johnson in coverage. Fourth down. The Tigers will go for it.
That ball's got to be caught. Antonio Williams, the best receiver on this team, hits him in the hands. The coverage is good. The hand was there. But you got to be able to come down with that catch at a moment like this.
This may be the game right here. You got fourth down. If Duke takes over, they might be able to run 4 or 5 minutes off the clock.
Got to have it.
Dusty, there's been no separation either. Antonio Williams didn't separate from the Duke defender.
They have to get to the 44-yard line of Duke. Fourth down and 7. Duke's going to rush 4. Klubnik steps up. He's going to run for it, crossing midfield, slides. It's going to be close. He got hit too as he slid, and here comes a flag. Where he started his slide, he may not have had the first down, but because of the obvious penalty, the hit on the sliding quarterback, it will give Clemson not only a first down, but 15 more yards. That was Cam Dillon of Duke, who hit Klubnik while he was going down.
And you got to find a way to lay off. That is tough on Cam Dillon. I mean, he's running full speed trying to get there. Quarterback slides.
Might be targeting
but
too.
You've got to stay off, man. You've got to find a way to jump over that. As soon as he goes in that sliding motion, jump over him, hurdle him, do whatever you have to do to not contact him.
The ruling is the runner was short of the line of the game. After the play, personal foul, targeting, defense, number 35. The ball will be turnover on downs. It'll be Duke's ball, 1st and 10. The previous play is under further review.
So they're saying that the unsportsmanlike...
Late hit with targeting. Is that no targeting?
Correction, it's personal foul, late hit with targeting. The previous play is under further review.
Back in a moment, ruling on the field was Klubnik was short, started to slide short.
The Capital One Labor Day kickoff on ESPN is brought to you by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
So, welcome back, 21-7 the score. Cade Klubnik, the quarterback, it's where he starts his slide that he's considered down. He starts his slide short of the line to gain. They rule that the penalty, as the ball was short when he began his slide, it's where the ball is when he begins his slide. He's short of the line to gain. They ruled that the penalty was a dead ball penalty for targeting, confirmed by replay, so Dillon's out of the game, but it's Duke ball. And we were a little confused during the break because a lot of times when you see a player slide, a quarterback slide, if there's a hit, it's usually part of the play, but they're saying that was after the play because, again, he's considered down when he started to slide, but it still feels like part of the play, does it not?
Yes, it does. But when they said dead ball, I mean, clearly they're saying post-play and 4th down, that possession is over. If you're Cade Klubnik, you can't slide feet first in that spot. You got to lower the shoulder, dive forward, whatever you have to do, and have the awareness to know exactly where the sticks are.
After the review, the ruling on the field of targeting is confirmed. It will be Duke's ball, 1st and 10, after we enforce the 15-yard penalty.
So again, targeting is confirmed, but I mean, it's Duke's ball. They're up 21-7 after Klubnik is short, and again, the fact that that's considered a dead ball penalty, you're actually costing the team that was targeted. You're rewarding the hit, not deliberately, but by calling that a dead ball foul, you're rewarding the defense when that should be a 1st down for Clemson.
Massive call.
Agreed.
Massive call. I think it's well said by you, Dave.
So 1st down on the 31 for Duke. Gonna run some clock here. Waters stood up by Barrett Carter and pushed back, a loss of 1 on the play. Again, the clock on 1st downs outside of 2 minutes will continue to run. So if Duke can pick up a couple of 1st downs, they may be able to get this clock down to 3 minutes before they have to think about giving it back to Clemson.
Can't snap this thing with anything more than 5 seconds for the remainder of this game. Tom, back to that run by Clemson. Do you think he thought he had the 1st down?
I do.
Is why he slid?
Yeah, I don't think he gauged properly exactly where he was. But I agree with you. Even if he dives head first, he gains more yards.
It's a 1st down, and you tack it on 15 yards after.
Keep it on the ground. Waters. Oh, he gets leveled by Makuba. So 3rd down and long coming up. Clemson has all of its timeouts. Going to save him as long as they can. And the Tigers in a must-stop situation here. 3rd down and 9 for Duke. Riley Leonard. Not spectacular throwing the ball today. About 50%, right at 50% completion rate. 176 yards. No touchdowns, but no interceptions. And obviously brilliant as a runner with that 44-yard rushing score that was the go-ahead touchdown. They'll throw it here on 3rd and long. They're trying to set up a wide receiver screen. It's read well. Calhoun tackled by Trotter. And so Clemson will get it back, but not until the clock's under 6 minutes, more than likely.
Well, it's an excellent job by Andrew Makuba fighting under that block, making the play as Jeremiah Trotter in a Clemson defense shows up in support. Excellent job getting off the field by this Clemson defense. Clock not on their side as it continues to tick down.
Porter Wilson will boot it deep to Antonio Williams. Boy, they could use a good return here to give Clemson a short field, knowing that the clock is not on the Tigers' side. But an excellent punt over the head. It sticks at the 5. Will it hang? No, it rolls into the end zone. 70-yard punt, about 65 on the fly. Duke still in command, 21-7. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, road tested and game ready. Are you ready for the road? Goodyear, more driven. Saturday night, big one, Alabama, Texas, number 4 versus number 11, with coverage starting 7 Eastern time on ESPN and the app. You got Pat McAfee and his crew on ESPN2. Dave Pasch, Dusty Dvorak, Tom Luginbill finishing things out here in Durham. Clemson trying to get back within a score here and have time on the clock, but not on the same page. Klubnik and Shipley incompletion, 5:43 remaining, 3 timeouts left for the Tigers. They were able to move the ball at will in the second half, but they couldn't complete any drives.
No, they have moved the ball up and down the field running it, but continued miscues this entire half for this Clemson football team.
Klubnik running here. elects not to slide as he slid on 4th down on the last series, and it cost them a 1st down. He gets hit here by Trey Freeman, comes up a couple of yards shy of the line to gain. 3rd down, obviously 4-down territory. Ball on the Clemson 28. Next pass, hold on 1st down, Antonio Williams.
Nice job on the slant. Bring pressure off the edge, replace it with the slant. This catch there in traffic by Antonio Williams. They got to start pushing the ball down the field.
And again, losing about 15 seconds with the new rule. The clock not stopping until inside 2 minutes on 1st downs. That pass is intercepted off the deflection. Mausi picks it off and went off the hands of Shipley. And Duke will take over the field. Interception.
1st down, Duke.
Well, another Clemson mistake. That's what this has been about. An offense that there were so many high expectations with a new offensive coordinator, a new quarterback, but it's been a dud offensively for the Tigers tonight.
Hey, Scott Van Pelt here in the nation's capital, getting set for SportsCenter. We will have reaction. Duke 5 minutes away from stunning top 10 Clemson. Plus, we look ahead to week 2. What a bunch of great games in college football with our eyes on T-Town. And, of course, we got the beats, and there are lots of them. Back to Durham. Dave and Dustin.
All right, Scotty, and week 2 will be here in about 72 hours. Quick turnaround. But what a way to cap a spectacular week 1 in college football. Colorado, one of the big stories, maybe the biggest story, not just in college football, but in sports this weekend. But Duke upsetting a top 10 team by 2 scores. Pretty good headliner.
Massive, absolutely massive. I just think about Mike Elko and what he's done now in year number 2. This program, these players, they believe. And they got a real dude and Riley Leonard. It's a veteran football team. And you could tell, talk with them yesterday, they wanted to step on this stage and validate that they feel they have elevated this program, and validation is exactly what they're going to get from this game here tonight.
Timeout.
So Clemson using a timeout. 2 more. Let's check out tonight's Capital One rewarding performance. Duke made most of his mistakes in the first half, but missed field goal by Clemson in the first half, getting the block there by Duke. This one didn't look like Al Blades touched it, but, man, you can't fumble the ball twice inside the 10, including on the 1-yard line.
No, you can't, and Anthony Nelson comes in, gets that ball out with his helmet. It was all about Duke being able to take advantage of miscues by Clemson here in this second half. And if they can hold on for the final 4:08, they're going to have themselves a top 10 upset in year number 2 of this Mike Elko era.
There was a member of our production team that happened to be in the elevator today with Duke quarterback Riley Leonard. And they were just having a conversation. He said, you know, there's potentially 5 to 10 million people watching this game tonight. Riley Leonard's eyes got big. He said, really? That much? Well, you wouldn't know it, right? The way he's played in this game. That 44-yard run as he picks up a couple here, and see if Clemson uses a timeout. They won't. But that run was maybe the play of the first week. I mean, obviously, we're a ton of games. Colorado had several plays in that game made by several different players. But that 44-yard touchdown gave Duke the lead that they have not relinquished.
100%. And again, dead to rights in the backfield. A guy like Barrett Carter doesn't miss tackles. And the speed, the athleticism on display, tightrope in the sideline, and a huge touchdown to kick off this second half. And Duke's just fought, battled, and in position to win this game.
Riley Leonard, if you didn't know the name, you're going to be hearing it a lot for the rest of the season. Waters inside the 10. Waters making a house call with the exclamation point on this one. 36-yard touchdown. It has turned into a blowout in Durham here in the 4th. Jordan Waters at 8 rushing touchdowns last year. Duke with 3 rushing touchdowns tonight after a school record 31 a year ago. It's 28-7.
Rip it open here in this game. You're going to see the center get out and go, and you're also going to see the backside tackle. Both pull, kick out, and get a couple of nice blocks to pave the path for Waters to take it to the house. Nice hesitation there through the hole. Good vision to find the open field. And the Duke Blue Devils putting it on Clemson to close this one out.
Dusty, I tell you what, from field level, and I can't believe I'm saying this, there was not a huge discrepancy in team speed today between these two teams. Duke is athletic, and they are mature.
Veteran football team. Again, they feel that they can play with anybody in this conference. We asked Mike Elko directly yesterday, what does a win here mean? Says it validates where we've gotten this program to in just the second season.
Yeah, the first thing he said was it would mean we're 1-0, but I'm not going to do that to you because I know that you know what I'm really thinking. Because it does mean more than just that for Mike Elko. I mean, this is a program, they had a stretch during David Cutcliffe's tenure where they had good back-to-back seasons. And obviously they had some good players come out of here like Daniel Jones. But this feels different. This feels sustainable with what Mike Elko has brought to this program.
It's all around, right? I mean, the defense is so much improved from where they were just 2 years ago. The offense, much improved, and a legit dude at quarterback, one of the best quarterbacks in the ACC, and who knows, maybe he winds up being one of the best in all of college football. It's a different Duke football program under Mike Elko.
Klubnik long throw, caught, first down out near the 40-yard line by Collins. He talked about, you think Duke can hang with anybody? Well, they're going to have to play everybody. They got Notre Dame at home, they got NC State here, Wake, they got to go to Florida State, go to North Carolina, go to Louisville.
Had the benefit of an easier schedule last year, but that changes drastically here this season.
Klubnik's pass pulled in. Cole Turner fighting for the first down. Meanwhile, if you're a Clemson fan, how concerned should you be right now?
I mean, I think you have to be somewhat concerned. I mean, Clemson, I hate to say it, if they can just clean up the mistakes, they'd probably be just fine, but they didn't. Here in the game, in the moment, they made the mistakes. Duke capitalized, and here we sat. But really, I think Cade Klubnik is the thing that you start to kind of wonder. Garrett Riley and him were supposed to really take off and announce themselves to the country, and it just has not been now at the passing game tonight.
Ball's out again. And it's picked up by an offensive lineman, Walker Parks. That was a sack, forced fumble. So another near turnover. There have been several of those. I mean, we talked about the 2 fumbles, but Klubnik's had a couple that could have easily been picked off.
Yep. Drops.
Heads up play by Parks there with the ball just laying on the ground.
Fumble recovery, second down.
Guys, it's the old adage, most games are lost, not won. Exactly what we saw Clemson do here tonight, and that's not to take away anything from Duke, because Duke made more plays and fewer errors.
2 minutes to go. Klubnik hit, like his hand was going forward. They have not signaled yet. Clemson falls on the ball. Wesley Williams made the hit, and then Adam Randall recovered the football. They're going to say that that was another fumble.
That ball went backwards. This ball went backwards as Cade Klubnik tries to get out of his hand. Pressure coming from the backside. Ball went forward. I think you're going to have to take a look at this.
If the hand's going forward, it doesn't matter where the ball ends up.
Excellent rush by Wesley Williams coming off the edge. Boy, they've been active throughout the course of tonight. Talked so much about this Clemson defensive line, and it's been the Duke defensive line making plays from the onset of this football game.
Dusty, are you as surprised as I am at how deep Duke is along the defensive front?
They've been rolling guys in and out, Tom.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just Dwayne Carter. It's not just Jamion Franklin. No, I mean, it's a lot of guys they've been rolling through. They've got 8 different guys that they've consistently rolled through everybody having some production.
Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 1:58.
It's amazing.
Set it to 2:01.
Plenty of Duke fans here, but obviously this being a short commute for Clemson fans, about 4 hours, but not a lot of orange left in the stadium. Klubnik dumping it off to Shipley. Here's the other thing about Clemson. They have to find, again, it's week one, we don't want to overreact, but it feels like right now they're searching for weapons. I mean, Shipley running, and obviously as a pass catcher, he had the lone touchdown. What about the wideouts? Can Antonio Williams make more plays? Can they rely on Bo Collins? Can they get the separation you guys talked about? Big Brenningstool.
Jake Brenningstool, right?
Talked about him tonight. One catch, one target.
That was the expectation coming in, but we really have seen no signs of that being a reality here tonight.
4th and 8. Shipley can't hang on. It was knocked away. Al Blades Jr., the transfer from Miami, breaking up the pass. And Duke will take over on downs. Al spent 5 years at Miami. His dad, Al, passed away in 2003. His uncles, Benny and Brian, who both went to Miami. One thing the coaches said about Al, he was an instant leader. He came in and he was one of the guys. He wasn't a Miami guy just finishing out his career at Duke. He instantly connected with his teammates here in Durham as they're ready to storm the field.
They said he's goofy, likes to have a good time. It was a nice blend for this Duke roster and a great addition to the culture here in Durham. And
Jacquez Moore, first down and more inside the 40 before he's dragged out.
so we've got the Cameron crazies, right? We kind of a little collaboration here, but how about the Wallace Wade wackos? And they're about to get wacky here in Durham as they're jumping down the field, ready to go nuts by taking down top 10 Clemson. You like that?
I like it.
The Wallace Wade wackos?
We were talking earlier about how Duke, usually the fans lose are in hibernation, but
30-second timeout.
They're out in full force for this tonight because Duke football, it's a thing now.
Look at this, man. Look at this behind me. Well, here we go. You think I'm going to be able to get to Coach Elko before they do?
We're about to find out what kind of 40
Dude,
you can run.
I got the boots on. I'm going to be rolling.
Borrow that guy's cowboy hat behind you. It'll go perfectly with those boots.
Yeah, where's that guy? I got to get him.
Largest margin of victory for Duke against Clemson since 1936.
Wow.
And they're going to celebrate till basketball season about this one.
And here's what's crazy. When we talked to Dabo Swinney, he said this in his press conference, and he told us this, that this was the most accountable team they've had. The fewest negative points in their metric system that really gives them a reading of accountability, leadership, teams that will be well disciplined. And it's been anything but that here in this second half. It's been miscue after miscue after miscue. I don't think Dabo Swinney was just saying that. He really believed it. He said in the last 11 years they've had this metric system. This was the highest rated team. And man, it was anything but that here in this season's opener.
7-6 was the score at halftime. Clemson was leading. Duke has outscored the Tigers 22-0 since intermission. They take a knee. They'll have to do it twice more. And this game will be over. The number 9 team in the country going down. You look at the end of last season, they did win the ACC championship game, so that one win out of their last 4 games was a big one, but they struggled down the stretch. But it doesn't look like the offensive issues are going to be a quick fix for the Clemson Tigers. And the first win for Duke over a top 10 team since beating Clemson back in 1989. It's their first win ever against a ranked team, period, in a season opener. They'd be the top 25 team to start a season. One more knee for Leonard.
Going to have some fun tonight in Durham, Mr. Pash.
Now you start to look at the schedules for both teams, and you're starting to say, okay, Duke at Notre Dame game could be pretty interesting. The game at Florida State, Duke at Florida. I mean, who's to say the way the Blue Devils played tonight?
One game at a time is what Mike Elko would say.
Riley Leonard takes a knee. It's one of the biggest wins in Duke football history. Down goes Clemson. The Devils win it 28-7. Luke's, can you hear us? Take it away. Hard to hear with 40,000 Duke students screaming in your ear, but Luke's, you got us?
I got you guys. I got you. I'm sorry, Coach. Congratulations. You told us this.
Up we go. Scott Van Pelt.